Hey there, good morning, good people. How's everybody doing? So glad to see you on. It is Tuesday morning, December the 10th, and it's your girl, Robin Ware, and I am back with another episode of Let's Talk Church. That's right. Today's topic, of course, is near and dear to my heart. You all know that have been following me for some time that I am a lover of technology. So today I'm going to be talking about technology, maximizing technology for 2025. I see you all joining in. Thank you. Good morning. Yeah, I have a theme song. See, you missed it. Listen, I promise those of you watching me on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, you get the full screen. You get the full experience. Those of you on Instagram, of course, you get the smaller experience. But be sure to check me out on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. LinkedIn is new. Welcome to my LinkedIn community. I connected you all on today because I knew that this is a topic that would matter to you. So again, good morning. Let me see my good folks. Go ahead and say hello so I can see you. I see you in the comments. My brother Bishop is on. Glad to see you on, Bishop Murphy. Purpose, I see you on. All right, I'm going to come back. I see you, Jerry. Just everybody. You guys are always so supportive, and I appreciate it. You see my QR code for those watching on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn so that you can get my book. I'm going to be teaching from my book a little bit out of my book today as I talk about technology. You know, one of the my assignment in the kingdom is church hospitality. I love teaching how we operate effectively, efficiently, and of course, in excellence. And as it pertains to the guest experience, the visitor experience, that's what this book is all about. And I talk about how to incorporate technology as a part of your daily routine. We all know that your results are in your routine. That's right. Type that in the comments. Your results are in your routine. What it is that you do on a regular basis, that is what generates the results that you are looking for. So again, thank you. I see you guys. I appreciate you, as I said, letting me know that you are hanging out in the comments. So let's get started talking about leveraging technology for church growth in 2025. As we look ahead to 2025, it's clear that technology will play an even more significant role in church growth. You know, we used to have tracts, and I was shopping somewhere a week or so ago, and I saw some people standing out on the corner, you know, and they were passing out tracts and stuff. But because of the presence of technology, we've got other opportunities as it relates to implementing the Great Commission, Matthew 28 and 19, which tells us to go ye therefore, right? So we are going to use technology as one of the opportunities that we have to go, all right? The digital landscape, it is vast, you guys. We have to get beyond just our little bubbles of what we think we occupy. There are over 5 billion people that are online daily. Type that in the comments. 5 billion. You know, we oftentimes get distracted by numbers that we see immediately when we go live. Oh, well, we don't have a large audience, so it doesn't matter. That video, that sermon, that workshop, it will live on well beyond after you present it live. And some of those 5 billion people are going to put eyes on it. And if your video is not there, if your sermon is not there, we are hope dealers. You know, I say that all the time. We may be missing out on an opportunity to be the vessel that God has assigned, yes, to speak to that person that is looking for what it is we offer. So by embracing technology, we can be in alignment with God's will for our life. So today I'm going to share and explore practical strategies to maximize technology and to even grow your online audience. One of the things that I share with pastors that I coach is that you've got to shift, you got to pivot and treat your online audience as an online campus. You would never set up an additional campus and not have a team assigned to it. Think about that. You would have a campus pastor, right? You would make sure that you have marketing that is created specifically for that campus. You would have events. You would have a focus for that online campus or for that additional campus. And that's what I want you to think about. We're doing some restructuring. I want you to think about pivoting for 2025. So let's get into it. Number one, to begin, you have to have a strong digital foundation. And that begins with your church website. I know you're saying, now listen, Elder Ware. A website, yes, you need a good home base. When someone is searching for a website and they may see a clip on social media or somebody tells them about your church, I read a study, Barna Research said that 58% of church searches begin online. And ideally, if you've got the right meta tags, and I'll talk about that a little bit, your church is going to come up based on the SEO that you've got embedded, that's meta tags, into your website. So you want to make sure that your website, as a first impression vehicle for visitors, that it is mobile friendly, that it is visually engaging, and that it is up to date. Those three things, that should be, go ahead, send an email to your tech person and say, ask the question, is our website mobile friendly? Why does that matter? Because so many people watch your stream, watch videos on a mobile device. And so you want to make sure that your website is mobile ready so that it will shift and it will fit the device that it's being, that the device that the person is using, that it's visually engaging. Make sure your graphics are up to date. Make sure they're vibrant. Make sure they're brand specific. If you don't have a brand, then you need to work with somebody like me, or you can outsource, but you need to have a brand identified so that when people see your brand, they automatically know, okay, that's XYZ Church. All right. And then, of course, that it's up to date. During the holidays, you may have changed your service times. You may have added a service. You may have changed your location. Make sure that it is up to date. I talked a little bit about it, but let me go a little deeper. I told you I would. Let's talk about incorporating search engine optimization, SEO. That ensures your church is easily found online. Social media, is another critical tool for outreach. You have to have a presence, guys, on Facebook, particularly for your older members, your seasoned saints, right? And Instagram and TikTok. It is so important that you meet the people where they are. If we are going ye therefore, right? We have to go where the people are. And then having a consistent posting schedule with educational and informational content that can build engagement is important. You want to create a sense of community and make it interactive. How do you do that? By asking questions. You hear me? Even during this teaching, I'm asking you to type things in the comments. I'm going to be asking you questions. Let me just start right now. Is your church ready for let me rephrase that. Does your church have a website that you are confident and comfortable in sharing? Yeah. Are you comfortable and confident in sharing? Meaning, the information is up to date. That it's visually appealing. That people can go there and find out the information. What about your social media accounts? Are they up to date? Do you have featured accounts for your ministry? Now, this is something you probably can't answer, but I shared this last week. Are your accounts owned by the ministry? That is a legitimate question that you should ask your tech team. All right. And then, does your church even have a TikTok account? That is where our younger people are hanging out. Make sure you got a presence on TikTok. And then you need a consistent posting schedule. And then you all know I am a huge proponent of email marketing. I'm going to tell you why. Email marketing works when social media doesn't. It also allows you the opportunity to create and build upon community. You should send out an email at the same time every week so that your community can count on connecting with you. I can remember when I was in undergrad, my mother would call me every single morning at 7:30 a.m. And I had a roommate, and my roommate hated it, but my mother didn't care. She said, I'm paying for that room, right? So she would call me every morning at 7:30 a.m. She did that, of course, one, because she was being a mother, but number two, she was making sure she was engaging with me about college life. What's going on? You know, she did kind of stop calling every morning. I think she kind of did that like my first couple of weeks when I was a freshman. But, you know, as time passed, then, you know, she changed her schedule with that. But my point is, sending out an email is a great touch point. You all know, again, in my book, I talk about there are 7 touch points that you should have to connect with a visitor. In the marketing world, we say that there are 7 touches for people to go through: knowing you, liking you, and then trusting you. And when people trust you, they will buy from you. It's the same thing in ministry. 7 touches so that they can go through knowing you, liking you, and then trusting you. And then they can connect with you. They'll join your church. They'll support your events. They'll give to your causes. Make sense? All right, let's keep going. For online services, please make sure as a part of 2025, you are investing in upgrading your technology, your live streaming equipment. Make sure your streams are accessible through closed captioning and multiple platforms, again, such as YouTube, such as Facebook. And even if those of you on my email list, and let me just insert this, somebody type this in the comments for me. I want you to invite your audience to join your email list. So for me, I'm going to give you this. You're actually going to be joining my email list, which I want to have you on it, but it's an example as to how you can do this. So if you want to connect with me, if you want to get emails from me, y'all know I got an event coming up on Thursday that I would love to have you be a part of, as well as January 11th. I've got an event. But the only way you're going to find out about that first is to be on my email list. And how you can do that is by texting the word join. Somebody type this in the comments for me. Join, JOIN, to the number 678-271-1601. That's right. I'm going to type this in the comments for all my folks over here on YouTube and LinkedIn. So text, I can't spell, text join to 678-271. I'm getting it, 1601, and then follow the prompts. All right. Text that word, follow the prompts, and then you will be on my email list. So you should do the same thing. Don't forget, again, that's why I say it's so important to treat your online audience like a campus, because, and I'm going to get a little ahead of myself, but y'all know I get excited. You want to have someone managing the comments so that when things like that happen, they can type in the comments. You know, online we call them moderators, but of course, for church, I want you to treat it like a campus. So I want you to have an online campus pastor that manages and monitors the comments. And then that way you do not miss out on opportunities like that. That is a touch, right? So now you text join to the number 678-271-1601. You're on my email list. So as I send out updates, some of you may be saying, you know, how can we get more of your resources? How can we even book you to come into our church and do a leadership session? or come and work with our administrative team. And we even do secret shopping. Y'all know what that is? Yeah, that's where we come in and we will visit your worship service and then give you an assessment as to what we experienced as a visitor. But how can you learn about the services we offer? I send all of that stuff out via email. All right. So that's why you want to make sure you're on my email list. But as a church, you can do that in the middle of your service. Ask people to text whatever your SMS code is, your keyword, to whatever the number is, and then they will get a series of emails. Of course, you set up an autoresponder. I don't want to get too technical because I don't want to throw you guys off. Again, my agency, we teach this. I will gladly work with you to help you set all of this up, because we're talking about how we're doing technology in 2025. We're going up, 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 up. All right. So let's keep going. In addition to the foundational elements, churches should adopt innovative tech strategies. See, I was already ahead of myself. Content creation is vital. Short, engaging video clips. Let me just talk about. Let me park here for a second. You all, y'all can stop with all the videos of the pastors getting out the car. Yeah, I said it. I am actually one of the originators of the whole video piece. When I implemented this, I did it during 2020 when we were in the pandemic. And I used to create a sermon graphic that I would use as a cover. Y'all know I'm all about strategies. I would use that sermon graphic as the cover and then have my pastor do an invite. Well, then it has grown and blossomed and changed into videos of pastors getting out of cars. I just don't get it. And again, it's just my 2 cents. I think that we should be more creative with our videos. I love seeing the members on video. They are your marketing experts, right? They are the ones that are, what is it we always say? They're drinking the juice, right? They are deputies for you to share the wonderful experience and connection they have with your ministry. Excuse me. So I would challenge you to be a little bit more creative as you're creating these engaging video clips. Of course, sermon snippets, I love it. Excuse me. Now, some of you may be saying, well, I don't have somebody that can take my video and give me sermon clips and put it out right away. Well, let me just help you with that. It is not necessary that the clip goes out immediately. All right. So that's number one. The clips are important, but it's okay if they go out later Sunday night or if they go out the next day. The point is that the clip is going to live on, and it's most important that you get a good clip and that it is a quality clip. All right. There are apps that you can use to pull these snippets. Again, I can gladly point you in the direction of people that do that have businesses that do that. That is something I want to challenge you for 2025. I even want to say, suggest that there are people in your audience. You all have a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, probably even a 14-year-old that could take your sermon and chop them up into clips. Now, you don't need to chop up the whole sermon. You probably can pull out 2 or 3, even 4 that you can put out throughout the week. But again, I challenge you to make it creative and it have more than, if you're just putting out sermon clips, that it has more content to it than just the sermon clip, that you do some sort of greeting. I love seeing, I know with all these different apps, they're giving you ideas. I love seeing all the greetings from different leaders with different, words on signs or books that people are showing. Great. Creativity is key to captivate viewers. Then, of course, it goes without saying, excuse me. It goes without saying that you need to offer multiple online giving options. All right. Whether it be PayPal, Cash App, Givelify, whatever it is, Secure Give, just make sure that you understand the rules of engagement with each app. I know, for instance, most of them, if not all of them, charge a fee. They take a percentage. Some of them only release so much of your money at one time or per day. So make sure you understand how that works. And then make sure that it has an automated system so that people know their giving amounts. It will save you so much time at the end of the year or in January when you're preparing your giving statements. All right. Now let's keep going. Churches can also, this is where I'm really going with this, in creating a digital campus for your church, is that churches can create digital discipleship opportunities. You can host virtual Bible studies, virtual prayer groups, even virtual sermons for just that online campus. You could do it through playlists on systems like Vimeo or YouTube, and you make them private. This is where our campus resides. And so there's a weekly greeting from the pastor. Hey, thank you, eChurch family. This week, I just want to share XYZ with you. Make it intimate, right? Build relationships with that online community. That's where I'm going with this for 2025. We have to stop treating the online audience like they are just peering through a window and watching what's going on inside. All right, let's keep going. So, to succeed, collaboration is crucial. I want to encourage you, moving into 2025, talking about using technology for church growth, is to build a technology ministry, a technology team. I want you to invest. I want you to make sure your budget allows you to invest in this team, just like you invest in music ministry. Your girl had to pull out my wand. That is my point for this video. We have to shift our budgets so that we're investing in the areas that allow us to create disciples. And if we're going to really use technology, if we're going to maximize it, you have to invest in it. You cannot say, we're just going to take, and here I go being technical, but we're going to take an RTMP link, right, and just put it in a system and then boom, stream. No, you need to have a landing page. As I said, you need to have a way to create playlists. You need to schedule to record. Back in the day, we used to call them stand-up videos. I apologize. My throat is going out. My voice is going out. But you need to be intentional. That's the word for today. Intentional about your success in building that community. So record videos that go on that platform, all right? That your tech ministry, who is skilled at IT, can create graphics, right? They can give you ideas as to pastor. This is what we think you should do. Here are some ideas. Pastors are so busy with the operating of the day-to-day ministry. They are so busy with the budget. They are so busy with, of course, handling pastoral issues and, of course, seeing to the needs of their members. Trying to be creative about how to use technology is just not a top priority. Sure, every now and then they'll see something online and come to you and say, hey, let's do this. I love, I've had, clients when I work with their churches, some of their leaders will say to me, or their staff, oh, everything Pastor sees on social media they want to do. Well, then I flip it and say, well, what have you presented to them? What ideas do you have? See, if you're not presenting them with options, then they're coming up with them on their own. They don't know that there are other things that you think they should do because you don't share. And even for those that say, oh, well, my pastor is not open to it, I challenge you. You need to be smart in how you present it. You can't just sit in a staff meeting and say, well, I got some ideas for you, Pastor. Let's just meet at 2:00, show up, and, I got it for you. I'm telling you, pastors are visual people. They are visual learners. They care about making sure their time is not wasted. So you're going to need to show up with an iPad. And, I say iPad because, listen, if you're on the technology team, then you need to use technology, right? You're going to show up with an iPad and you're going to be able to show through a PowerPoint or on your iPad, here's an idea that we have. And then it should explain it. It should have examples. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm almost done, y'all. I'm at 20 minutes. But it should have examples so that it's easy for pastor to grasp what your idea is and that you made it make sense. A lot of times, again, I've heard leaders say, well, pastor won't do that. He's not comfortable doing that. Well, you have to make them comfortable. All right. And the way you make them comfortable is to give them what they need to know so that upfront, so that they can make a wise decision. All right. So I'm going to wrap up with this. Don't be afraid to incorporate AI. Don't be afraid to incorporate AI. I'm going to do another teaching about AI. I've done one a couple months ago, but I'm going to talk about being AI-led with your technology. Use ChatGPT. Use, well, I'm not going to name, I use a few of them, to be honest with you, but I'm not going to name them. But use those AI tools to help you as you're growing and expanding the way you do ministry in 2025. And then I'll close with this. In 2025, of course, technology is not just a tool, it is a ministry partner. So you may want to incorporate that on your giving. Have people give to your technology and explain that you're using it for outreach, that you're using it to enhance how you connect and engage with community. We already know that people give to causes, right? People like to give to causes. So make your technology part of your outreach plan. So by embracing, of course, these strategies, your church can expand their reach, they can strengthen the community, and continue spreading the gospel. That's right. So I am going to stop right there. Like I said, my voice is just acting up. So I guess it's ready for me to stop. Thank you guys again for hanging out. What questions do you have? Let me see. What questions do you have? Put it in the comments. All right, let's see here. Any questions? All right, good stuff. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Let's see, today again is Tuesday. I want to remind you by going to robinmware.com that you can register for my 2025 goal planning session, which is on Thursday. In 2 days, it's absolutely free. So go check that out, robinmware.com. Let me put that in the comments for you as well. robinmware.com, actually webinar, make it easy for you. All right, I got it there. Yep, spelled that right so that you can register. It's absolutely free. And again, those of you on my email list, you're going to get an invite today, as a matter of fact. So make sure you're on my email list. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Feel free to send your girl an email. You got my email. Make sure you let me know if you've got any topics you want me to cover as we continue to grow. Again, you all know that I'm here to help churches operate more effectively, in efficiency, and of course, in excellence. All right. Love you guys.